Joel Dixon, founder of Urban Oasis Development. We're a residential and commercial real estate development firm, but I'm really about people. I created the company to be community driven and centered around how we use the built environment to positively impact people's lives. That's both through affordable housing, but also through community development. We really look at it as if you build the right built environment, you're going to enable people to connect to each other. So I'm a product of Atlanta. This is the city where I was raised. I love it. As I started seeing the city really develop, I recognized that our neighborhoods were going to change. People call it gentrification, whatever it may be. And I wanted to be more impactful in how that unfolds and make sure that it was including all of us, including people like me who grew up here. I've really been focused on how we create new models to address transformation without displacement. We still have a relatively blank canvas. That blank canvas allows us to try new things and implement new models that other cities can't. I really feel like Atlanta has always been a city that has pushed for the stars, and Dr. King embodied that as much as anyone to say, hey, this is what we can be. Let's keep pushing towards that. And I feel like Atlanta inexorably continues to be one of those cities that says, we can get better, let's keep moving. We're not there yet, but we're hopeful and optimistic that we can get there. Once you decide we want to intentionally include others, you're already halfway there. I think a lot of people talk about inclusion, but they're not really wanting to include folks. It's just something that you feel like you have to say. We have a lot of neighborhoods in Atlanta that have been neglected and just don't have resources. I want to develop those. As that's happening, I'm doing that alongside of those who are in those communities today. Before a neighborhood has even started transitioning, I'm thinking about how do I make sure this mom and pop will still be able to be here in 10 years when I know we'll have every other business that wants to be there. Just like any house, you have a blueprint, it's not a surprise if the house comes out the way it does, right? You don't have a blueprint, you're going to be at the whims of however something decides to end up. And so I just believe that anything can be built the right way as long as you have intentionality and planning.